Hola, ¿cómo estás? All right, well, hello, aloha, and welcome. Y como mai. So, welcome. I'm going to be cooking, and it's going to be pretty much the same like yesterday. So just so y'all know, I'm going to look for my spoon here. When you clean up, by the way, in a van, so if you guys are wondering, like, well, how do you clean up? Because I don't have a sink. So some vans have that if it's a build out, and you know, you'll see their sink and their pump, and I got the little pumpy thing, but I didn't put it in. So yeah, so this is probably gonna be the last of this stuff that I made yesterday, because you know, I don't want to keep it too long. But let me throw this in. So we're doing the pulled pork again, like yesterday. And when I put it in my little skillet thing, which is that little round, I could have used a square skillet, come think of it, but this is easier to get out because I have it handier. I usually use a square one for my eggs. I'm just gonna make a little something. I'm hungry, but I'm not super hungry, and I ate late today. Had a late start, so for some reason I didn't sleep as well last night. So, not that anything was wrong, I just didn't sleep. So if you hear noise, it's because there's big trucks around right now. I did go to the laundromat today, and I did go to do the shower thing today, so I was around big trucks and truck drivers again today. They had a truck stop, so I like that place. That's the one I've advertised on here before in one of my shorts, so go look that up if you will, and you will see the, I called it my little commercial, for the A&E, Wash and Fold. The name of it. So it's considered an industrial, it's in an industrial park kind of thing. All right, I think this is going to take care of it. So like I said, I bought it. It's in here. It stays cold because of the temperature back here. But again, you know, you don't want to overdo it. So I think twice is fine, you know. So, and I'll have my chips with it tonight, and then I'll be good. I don't think I'm going to have any cookies tonight, though. I had cookies yesterday. I don't think I really need cookies. Do I look like I need cookies? No, I don't. Anyway. So, yeah, this has been a pretty good day. I mean, kind of a weird day. I had to, for those of you that are older, if you have any suggestions as what you do with your Medicare, I have Medicare now that I'm, you know, of age for it, and I had a Humana PPO plan, which is the better one if you're traveling, actually. You want the PPO, but I have this doctor out here I really like, so they don't do the PPO anymore. I have to do an HMO if I want to get her, so to get back to her. And because they wouldn't take the PPO that I originally had, I had to go to a different doctor, so now I'm trying to get back into this one. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. I don't know, what do y'all do when you're traveling? Like, you know, or maybe you don't even give it a thought, but unless there's an emergency, right? But I'm kind of new to this stuff, so, because I had to start taking it last year. So any suggestions, you know, by all means. I'll certainly read what you write there. Thank you for those that are trying to encourage me. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, I still stay in touch with the gentleman that sold me this van. So, Mr. Cook, I appreciate it. And he really enjoyed the video from yesterday where I told about what happened to me, the miracle for me. I was really feeling kind of down yesterday a little bit, which is why I was telling you guys, you know, you never know. Feel a little better today, just frustrated with the whole Medicare situation, that's all. I'm going to keep stirring this while I'm talking to you because, yeah, you better. This thing gets hot real fast. I'm telling you, these mini things, they got it going on. You better get to moving. Get to stepping if you're going to be doing this. Anyway, there we go. I want to make sure it's cooked thoroughly. So, but yeah, so how was your day? Like I was saying yesterday, and I'll say it again today, One thing Miss Minivan Lee had brought up was, when you're in a minivan, does it make you, how did she say? When you're in a van, does it make you smarter, or does it make you kind of like stupid? You know, like you just go kind of like, duh, you know. I don't think you go duh, because there's too much stuff you have to figure out. I had to get the jackeries all powered up, and I had to find a place to do that. I would have taken it into work tomorrow. They let me do it there if necessary, but I went over to my son and daughter-in-law's house, and they let me. So I was able to get it back to a point. I sleep on my electric blanket now, which is keeping me totally warm. It's like having a huge sleeping pad. And it is a 12 volt, so it is small enough, you know, voltage where I can run it. I'm sure they say not to sleep on it, but I do, and it works, you know. Despite the fact that I probably look like Harriet the Hippo some days. Some days I feel like Harriet the Hippo. You know, but I'm not like super, super, super heavy, so, you know. It is chilly here, though, I will tell you that. I got 2 long sleeve shirts on. I have my t-shirt on over, and then I have, you know, it's a decorative t-shirt, and then I have a sweatshirt on top of that. And it's starting to rain again. So, I mean, we're in Washington State, so. They say it starts to rain again. People are going like, well, what else is new? I don't know that I want to use all this tonight. I just might, like I said, I think if I got 2 meals out of it for like $8, $9, I'm good. I don't want to go too crazy with it. I'm not going to try for a third one. I got that soup set on the side too. It's kind of nice because it stays chillier in the back. You know, like you might be warm in the front, but then during the day when you turn the engine off, it's cold in the back. So that's just how it is. And nobody's in the back but this stuff, so we're good. Oh yeah, I can hear the rain. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. You remember this song? Anyway, I'm always doing something. Yeah, we gonna put a little salt. You know that story about my salt in my van, right? I probably have so much salt in this van, it's like having a desert, but instead of having a desert, I have a salt desert, so. I don't know where it all came from. There was only that one time I did it, and then I'm like, why am I still finding salt everywhere? I don't know. Jesus coming through the van at night, I guess. Looking for some salt? I don't know. Oops, now there goes the onion powder. You know, I put more than I need. Anyway, so I just want to let you know, when you're in the van, I think that we get smarter. I think that we gain confidence. Anyway, I know what I have, and I want to stress that. I was trying to stress that in my one video, and it kind of cut me off. But no, you do. You get more, because there's more for you to figure out. You know, you're not just going to sit around going, well, what do I do? You know, you got to figure it out. And, you know, if you have somebody with you, great. You know, then you guys can work on it together. But, you know, Lola's, you know, ain't going to tell me too much about, you know, what I got to do. I got to take care of her. And for me, that's why it works out so well that I have the small dog. Because I think with Lola here, I know that I have somebody to take care of. Or something. To me, she's like a somebody, you know, because we, you know, we're tight. But, you know, she's been a little dog, and I know that, you know, she needs help, and I gotta take care of her, so. And she's 12. So, you know, I pray I have her for at least till she's 15 or so. But, she runs every day. She, you know, is galloping down in the parking lot here, and, you know, like, everything's good, you know, so far so good. Like I said, I'm kind of hungry, but I'm not. We'll see how I do with this. Cause I do find like when I travel, especially when I'm going from here to Cali, or I don't eat a lot. It takes me a while, you know. And I think I'm still adjusting. I came in here, my actual first night sleeping in here, but it was on the property that I was living at. That was October 15th. the day that I was no longer sleeping on that land was October 16th. And it's now November the 4th. So, I mean, you know, you can do the math. And that tells you how long I've been doing this. So, but you do save money. You do save money if you use your head. So, that's the other thing I wanted to address. There was a gentleman at his station. His channel is called Laid Back. L-A-Y-E-D. And then B-A-C-K. And then he's got some letters after that. But, I mean, you probably could find him that way. He did a whole thing on people that have van life. You want to check it out, and showing all different videos. And I added my comment there, and I said, kind of new at this, but, you know, this is what I've got. And I also had suggested Minivan Lee again. You know, check her out. Check mine out. Mine's not like a build. I just used what I had in here. Whatever I had in the house is what's in here. I did the best I could with what I had, right? So, and if you look at my other videos, you'll see. But yeah, I mean, some of these people, they had the total, you know, the finest build-outs ever. They were gorgeous. And in time, I'd want to have something like that. You know, I take this that I have, take this stuff out and redo and do it as a build-out with cupboards and, you know, everything. But that costs money. So when you start like me, you're not going to start like that. So, and I would suggest see if you like it, try it. If you like it, you know, the old commercial was try it, you'll like it, you know. So if you try it and you like it, then, you know, you may want to go that way. But I don't want to be in that kind of debt, you know, to buy a build out, like one that's already built out. And some of those run 120,000 and up. I'm not, no, no thanks. Because then you've got payments, right, and all of that. No. It's a different ball of wax. So, I'm going to do what I'm doing, you know, lay low, save what I did. There was a husband and wife in there. I think it was a husband and wife. I want to say husband and wife. The light that flashes behind me, by the way, is a sensor light. So, it depends how I move. That's why it's going on and off, if you're seeing that. They saved, what did she say, 40,000, I think. $40,000. There were 1,000 days in their van. So it was about 3 years. And, you know, that's my goal. Now, there's 2 of them. So, you know, whatever they have, you know, their jobs or whatever, if they're working part-time or working remotely or whatever. But they were able to do that. And that's my goal, is about 3 years. I may go longer. I don't know, but right now I'm looking at about 3 years. So by the time I'm 69, close to 70, or, you know, when I do turn 70, I kind of want to be I think I want to be a little more settled, but then again, I don't know. I mean, if I'm healthy and I'm able to move around and, you know, run up and down a parking lot with my dog and, you know, go for walks and, you know, nothing too treacherous and hiking, but, you know, something, hey, you know, I may just go for 4 years, and then maybe 4 years will turn into 5 years. You know, you never know. But the thing of it is, if you can save. And the gas, yes, you spend a little more gas. Right now it's colder, so I'm running the vehicle more. But I'm not traveling right now either, so I'm saving that way. But these other people, they traveled. And they were just talking about, you know, in general, the one young fella, I don't remember how young he was, but he said, I've saved enough by being in my van to pay it off. But he didn't pay it off because he, you know, went traveling, and he said, but I didn't pay off the van. So, I mean, you know, you figure if you're buying something like what I'm standing in here, it might be $31,000, $32,000, $35,000, depending on, you know, how high it is, how big it is, what condition, how many miles, yada, yada. So, you know, with that being the case, yeah, you could pay it off. You could. You know, now I sold the house. So the deal is I want to put more into the payments so that it will get paid off sooner. And then save the others and put that towards property. So we'll get there. But I mean, so far so good. So my suggestion, if anybody out there, I mean, usually the nomads, the travel, you know, you watch me and that, and I appreciate that. But for those of you who are maybe thinking about it or starting, and you're curious and you're watching different videos, like I watched videos for 2 years before I did this. I think it was a little more than 2 years. But as soon as I got that inkling, and oh, you can travel, you can do that, and you see what other people do, and the way the economy is nowadays, seriously, like, how are you going to afford rent? How are you going to afford, and rent is just making somebody else rich. You have nothing to show for it in the end. Yes, you're allowed to stay there. So, and then if you don't do right, then you're not allowed to stay there. If they don't like something, you're gone. And there was a young fellow, that's what happened to him. They booted him out. So for whatever reason, they don't think there was anything he did that was wrong. You're gone. They want to do something else with the property. What are you going to do, right? For me to go into a retirement community, no. There's all rules about that too if you want senior housing, and it's a 7-year waiting list out here, and it's, when I looked into it last year anyway, and you have to make this much, but then you can't make that much, and then you go to this, and you go to that. Oh, please, I'd rather just be in here and do my thing and don't answer to that. It's hard, guys. So, figure it out. If it's something you want to do, it is doable. If you have kids, it's going to be a little harder, and there are families that do this. You definitely want to homeschool your kids in and keep records of everything you do. I was a teacher for years, so I homeschooled mine. So they, it's a little more legit, supposedly, but you can homeschool your kids, especially when they're young. Like, all you gotta do is basically you're reading the text and you're figuring it out, and then you're teaching them what's in the text. So, and you can add to that to enrich it. Kids that have traveled, though, they become pretty darn smart because they're learning all about stuff and they're seeing it in person. Can you imagine going to Mount Rushmore and actually seeing it in person? Can you imagine going like to, I don't know, like here it's Mount Rainier. Oh, I went on Mount Rainier. I learned all about this. Or I went over here, There's history involved too. So it does help, I think. I really think it does. So you can do it. You probably want to be more in a bigger rig than this, like an RV type. Although there's a gentleman that had his family, and it was a trailer, like what you would call a travel toy, so it's like what you would put maybe motorcycles or a car in, that size. And they dialed that thing up. And then they had the truck too. So, hey, that came out really nice. So, and he had 2 little kids. So, it's possible. I want to say all things are possible if God is with you. And, but ask him too what you're supposed to be doing, because if you're just trying to do stuff and not, asking him, he's like your coach, hey coach, what's the play now? If you're not asking, how are you gonna know what to do? So that's kind of what I did. So, and it does work, and it will work. So don't be afraid. There's times you're gonna be a little leery, and times you're wondering, what am I doing? And we all go through that. You go through that if you have a stick and a brick. Well, I'm painting my house, let's say, for example, like I was painting the outside, and then it got to be, painters kind of ran off and didn't finish the job, and I paid them. But, so the thing of it, then you go like, what in the world was I thinking, right? Or you'll be like, am I doing the right thing? We're always going to have that because we're human. But you got to trust yourself. And if you make a mistake, all right, you made a mistake. Okay, what are we going to do about it now? Then you just figure it out. So that's why I said I'm more confident now. I walk differently. I find that I hold myself up more when I'm walking anywhere. And it's not that I'm trying to like show off and be like, oh, look at me. I have this van and I'm walking my dog and do that. That's not the thing. The thing of it is that you just have a little bit more confidence. Now, don't get cocky, but it's, you're a little bit more confident because you're like, okay, I've got my head on a swivel. I'm watching where I'm going. Looks pretty cool. Walking the dog. I have my phone with me if anything, if I have to call for help. And usually you never know where my weapon is. But, so there's always that. But, the thing of it is that you are a little bit more confident. You do feel a little better. So, and if you have a situation that didn't look good, get out. Move. That's why I don't put anything in my front seat. So some people do. I don't, because I want that beeline and my keys right there, grab them and go. It's like a grab and go. The dog will be fine staying and sleeping on the bed. So just trust yourself, but more importantly, trust in the Lord. And if you have the Lord with you, he's going to be with you. If you ask him to be with you, he's going to be with you. He's always with you. Like he's waiting. Like, hello, talk to me. I'm waiting. Knock, knock. But he's not going to like pull the door open and go, here I am. Like, what's taking you so long? You know, he's not going to get in your face. He's waiting for you to invite him in. So, you know, in that regard, he is a gentleman. You know, that's what we've always said, you know. So he's not going to burst in, knock the door down, nothing of that. But you can ask him to come into your life and into your heart. Lord, I really need you. I'm so sorry I've been sitting and I messed up, Lord, and please help me. I want to do better. That's as simple as, you know, you're just talking like I'm talking, right? You can do a more formal prayer. Lord, yes, I know you died on the cross. I know you rose from the dead, Lord, and I do believe that. And please forgive me for my sins. Come into my life and my heart today. I really need you, Lord. That's it. I mean, I'm not, what am I doing? I'm not reading out of a book. So, and you don't have to, but be sincere. If this isn't in it and you're just, it's like the teacher on Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. You know, it just, no, don't even bother. Otherwise, you know, I would say, have him with you. Pray. All praying is just talking to him. You don't have to have a prayer book. Oh, I'm not going to be good enough unless I read my prayer book. No. You think he doesn't know who you are and what your heart is like and and what you've been doing? Come on now. So I would say, have him with you. He goes with me in this van all the time. And if it wouldn't be for him, I know I wouldn't be here. So there you go. If you only knew. Now, that's for another day. But God is good and he's good all the time. So I'm going to get off of here, but I did want to tell you that. I did want to let you know that, you know, being in here is fine. And go watch some videos if you're, you know, curious to see, get some ideas. And everybody is different. So how I designed this, like I share with you what I do, maybe to give you ideas or to kind of help you out. I have my 2 jackeries, like I tell you, each 1,000. I'm cooking in here more now because I don't want to spend the money on the food eating out, although I eat out a little bit more than I would have. But I get tired of that too, you know. So I want to be in here. And I have my small refrigerator. It's not humongous, but it's a Bouge RV. You can find it on Amazon. Jackeries, I bought off of Amazon. They're 1,000, two 1,000s. You know, they weigh 23 pounds each. I find that out when I'm trying to carry them. That's what works for me. I don't have a TV in here because I watch YouTube. I have Angel TV. I watch Angel TV. As a matter of fact, there's a show on there I want to keep watching. So there's things you can do, but do it your way. Don't only do it because, oh, she's got those lights. She got them at Dollar Tree. Oh, they're kind of cheap and they're burn real bright. And I think I want to get me one. And that's how I'm going to do. Well, you might want to, but you might not want to. That might work for you. And look how bright that one is. Whoa, okay. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let me turn it. You know, you may want to do that. I call them my chandeliers. I keep bonking my head on this one, but doesn't hurt. It's just as annoying. So anyway, here we go. I'm on my chandelier. Do what you want to do. If you want to do fairy lights all the way around, do fairy lights. I have a strip light that is it falling down again? Lord child. They do not have the sticky on the back of those. You know when you peel and stick them on, those ones that change color. Yeah. And I've heard more than one person say that. I gotta go fix the corner again. Sheesh. All right, well, I got my work cut out for me tomorrow. So, and you're always going to be fixing something. So, you're going to be looking for a place to sleep. You're going to be fixing stuff. You're going to notice stuff. You're going to say, hey, maybe I could do this better. Just get in the van. If that's what you got an idea to do. But try to make sure that it's good and sturdy, you know, and check it out. Make sure that you got your insulation in there. Make sure that it's going to be warm enough for you. And what are you going to do when it gets too hot, you know? So when it gets too hot, we're going to have fans everywhere because I have a dog. So I have to be careful she doesn't overheat. So I do eventually want to do the solar so that I can run the inverter and have, you know, the stuff that I need. But even Minivan Lee, she has her solar on top, and she still, that's how she charges her jackeries. I got a jackery here and I got a jackery behind me here, and that's how she runs most of her stuff. So fans aren't so hard to, you know, it's the darn heater, because short of getting a little Mr. Buddy, or there's another one that Static Camper he uses, and I like his better. The electric ones, they use too much. So it's like 450 watts. I have 1,000 jackery. You know how quick that 450 watts is going to go? That's going to be a done. So yeah. You'd have to have a jackery 2000 at least, and then it's still not going to last that long. So you know, just figure it out, but you will. But I'm going to go eat, y'all. And I'm going to get off of here. I just want to kind of pop on today and let you know I'm fine. And it's another day, and I'm working on figuring out the Medicare thing and the plan. And anybody has any ideas, you know, let me know. You know, I did call Chapter, which that's a good place to call. And I'll get settled with all that. So if you travel, let Chapter know you're going to travel more. They'll help you with that. They're very nice people. They really are, and they're trained in that. So, because you're trying to work with the government and all those stuff's too hard. Anyway, so there's that. Again, my phone is working really well. My tablet's working really well, thanks to Bella and Mr. Scott over here at T-Mobile. I appreciate both of them so much. And hey, this wouldn't be possible without Petra, my friend, who was always encouraging me, and Cole Cook, who is with Jet Chevrolet, and Mr. Cook is the one that actually, he's a young Mr. Cook. I feel weird calling him Mr. Cook, but he, yeah, out of respect. But yeah, he did a nice deal for me, and very fair, very fair. You don't think of car salesmen like that, but he is. He truly is. So there you go. Any questions you have, put them in the comments. I'll look at them. I might not look at them right away, because it takes me a minute to like, where are they? Oh, there they are. You know, I got to go back and look for them. But I'll get to you. So if you have any questions, or you have any things you want to, you know, let me know. If you have some suggestions for me that you think might help me, hey, I'm all for it. I'll either do them or I won't, but I at least read them, and it'll stick up here for, you know, I'll be thinking about them for sure. Maybe do them not right away, but do them later. So there you go. Oh, somebody's getting restless. She's not in the video. You know how that is. So, you're jealous, huh? I'm talking to the people and you're not in the video, huh? That's what it is? Yeah. Did you take a snooze? You did. You can come back here. All right. Would you like to see Lola tonight? And then we'll get off of here. Lola, you going to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come down here. I usually put her up on the bed. That's what she's waiting. You can't get on the bed. I got everything on the bed right now. That's what I do. You move one thing from one place to another. Hold on. I'm going down. Here, let's go see the peoples. Here, you're so cute. You're so cute with your little jacket. She's got a jean jacket. All right, let's see the people. Oh, say hi, everybody. I got my jean jacket on. I'm sporting a jean jacket. There you go. I can't put you on the bed yet, Lola. Hold on. Anyway, she wants to go on the bed. That's what it is. So I'll get her settled, and I'll get me settled. In the meantime, hey, love one another as the Lord has loved you. Help one another, will you? Lola, what are you doing? And if you see a need, fill that need. No, you're not going to eat that. And she sees other things down there like, this is for me. We have to wait. So, just take care of one another. You've got, and nowadays, the way people are and the way things are nowadays, you better keep your head on a swivel now. And at the same time, you see a need and you can fill it, fill it. Use your head always. You'll be fine. So I'm going to get off of here. So aloha nui loa. Love you much. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm a little distracted right now because I'm trying to move things off the bed, obviously, for my darling to get on the bed. My little four-legged one here. Okay, my little four-legged child. Okay. So, one more time, people. Okay, there we go. Say goodbye. Okay. 1, 2, ready, up. Up. Jump. Whee! There we go. Get over there. Get over on your side. There, thank you, ma'am. She has her own side and her own little thing. No, that's mommy. Sit down. Anyway, so like I said, help one another. And if you just see something in a store, if it's laying on the floor, how about you pick it up? I mean, it's just something simple, you know? You don't have to, like, get a mop out and start mopping the floor, you know? But at any rate, y'all, I wish you all the best, of course. Many blessings to all of you. And I'll pop on here probably tomorrow again if I can. I do work tomorrow, so maybe I'll have some stories about that. The recital is going to be this weekend, and so my schedule is going to be a little wonky, but hey, it's okay. It's twice a year. You know, so. But I will see you in the next video. So like my one friend always says, shalom. So I'm going to say aloha and shalom. Love you much. I will see you in the next video. Either me or you might be seeing something else. I don't know yet. We'll find that out together, huh? Like you see my little winky eye? Always care I give you that wink. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Y'all take care. I'm going to go eat my food. Hope it's not too cold. Probably not. Okay, bye for now.